Steeple opened up proceedings. The favourite was Bon Brummel at 13-8, and keep your eye out for an incident at about the 1400 metre mark at the Abattoirs treble, which could have resulted in a very nasty accident. Fortunately, that was averted. Let's join our commentator now, Brian Martin.
And they're ready to run. They're racing now. And they've gone away in a fairly reasonable line too, and they'll face up to the first of the three of the Abattoirs on the first round here. Going through Trans Yonder, showing some pace, and Bag Lager Boy going up towards the lead. Last of all, settling down Tengahari, and going through Wild Native with Bon Brummel. Over the first of three now, and it's Trans Yonder just in front of Wild Native and Bag Lager Boy as they fence the next. Bon Brummel jumped it fairly high and lost a little ground as they're about to complete the treble on the first round. And over that one now, and it's Trans Yonder about a neck in front of Wild Native. 3 lengths then to Bag Lager Boy. 2 then to Bon Brummel, being restrained today at this early point, and about 4 lengths to French Veneer, 2 to Tengahari and Arabian Myth last of all. Here's the fourth of 21 fences, and over that, and Trans Yonder landed about a length and a half in front of, in second placing, Wild Native. Bag Lager Boy has quickly got down to the inside and saving ground. 3 or 4 to Bon Brummel, 4 French Veneer, a length Tengahari, and 2 last of all Arabian Myth. Now, as they come through the gap here, and they've gone over 5, there are 5 down the steeple lane, and the leader is Trans Yonder by a length and a half to Wild Native, and getting up on the inside, Bag Lager Boy is saving ground, 2 to Bon Brummel. He's not dashing out in front today, the favourite. They're followed by French Veneer, Arabian Myth and Tengahari. On the steeple track, first of 5 over that, and the leader Trans Yonder fenced it well, about 2 in front. Bag Lager Boy back on the rail, tucked away second as they go to the next. 2 lengths further back, Wild Native, 2 then to Bon Brummel. Tengahari on the outside, a length French Veneer, and last 3 lengths away is Arabian Myth. Here's the third one down the straight. The leader pecked at it. The leader here is Trans Yonder by 2.5. Bag Lager Boy second, a similar margin, Wild Native. Tengahari making ground as they come to the next. Trans Yonder over at about 3 in front. Bag Lager Boy second, a length, Wild Native on the fence, Bon Brummel. Tengahari moving up on the outside, and 5 then to Arabian Myth and French Veneer. Completing the steeple lane as they go to that next one, and Trans Yonder hopped over to length in front. Now, with no pace, going around the outside quickly up towards the lead is Tengahari from a long way back. Bag Lager Boy back on the rail. He's still trying to poke up on the fence. 2 to Wild Native on the outside of Bon Brummel. He's still close enough, the favourite. And 2 to Arabian Myth, and a length last of all French Veneer. Out to the jumps of the riverside. Here's the first one coming up, and Bag Lager Boy went for that run and got up on the inside of Trans Yonder. Tengahari on the outside, running third. 2 to Wild Native, a half for the back, Bon Brummel as they go to the next. 4 lengths Arabian Myth and 2 lengths for the back, French Veneer. Coming towards the third of 4 down the riverside with about 1600 to go. Trans Yonder, Tengahari, a length and a half in front. Bag Lager Boy got into it, so did Trans Yonder. And Tengahari moved up on the outside, completing the fences along the riverside now, and Tengahari got to the front. Led a length and a half in advance now of Trans Yonder. 2 for the back, Bag Lager Boy and Wild Native on the outside of him. 3 to Bon Brummel, 4 lengths for the back, Arabian Myth, and 5 lengths for the back. Last of all is French Veneer. Off the steeple lane, onto the course proper, heading towards the jumps along at Chiquita Lodge with 1,300 metres to go. And the first of the treble facing up again, and Tengahari is in front. Tengahari by 2, Trans Yonder. Bon Brummel pulled to the outside, making a run around the outside, or getting into it badly there is Trans Yonder. He's lost the rider. The boy's foot is caught in the stirrups. Oh, gee whiz, his foot has just come away from the stirrups as they got to the next fence, but he's been dragged between jumps there, the rider of Trans Yonder. And as they come up now with, let's have a look, 3 fences to get over. And the leader is Tengahari, 2 in front. Bon Brummel being called on. Wild Native was there on the rail. And they're 8 to Bag Lager Boy, and further back French Veneer. Coming towards that next, and Tengahari landed a half in front. Bon Brummel having a crack at him. 3 further back, Wild Native as they go to the jump of the 800 metre mark. Tengahari only about a neck in front. And they've got 2 fences to get over. Bon Brummel on the outside, trying hard, and they're 5 lengths in front of Wild Native, and 15 lengths Bag Lager Boy and French Veneer. Coming towards the second last over that one, Tengahari jumped it well. He landed a length in front, the rider of the favourite, Bon Brummel calling and everything. Tengahari going just as well. They're 5 lengths in front of Wild Native, and then forget Bag Lager Boy. 1 fence to go, running down towards the last, 300 metres out. And it's Tengahari about a half in front. Bon Brummel under the whip coming at him. Here they come down towards the last. Tengahari jumped at 2 in front of Bon Brummel, who scrambled his hindquarters through it. 15 lengths to Wild Native. Here the jumping's all over. He's pulled the whip on Tengahari. He's drawing away. He's going to outstay them easily, Tengahari, today. And Tengahari is drawing right away from Bon Brummel. His run has ended. Then a long way back, Wild Native will get up and run third, but Tengahari, the Tasmanian, is drawing right away for a big win. Tengahari at the judge by 7 lengths to 8 lengths. 2 Bon Brummel about 15 lengths away, third Wild Native. Then Bag Lager Boy coming in from French Veneer. Arabian Myth will complete the course, and the riderless Trans Yonder just going past the line last of all.
Well, a good staying performance by Tengahari at 8 from Bon Brummel, a 13-8 favourite, Wild Native 9-2, and Grand Ace recovering hospital after that horrifying accident over the back of the track, but it could have been a lot worse. In the second event, the Rothsay handicap over 1,400 metres, the favourite here, Mr. Moe, at 2-1, again slow to begin.
Fine, good, they're racing this time. He's missed it again, Mr. Moe. He's missed the start about 3 lengths. He's last. And behold, the Phantom jumped away quickly, out fast as Ginger Moss getting up on the inside of him, settling down. Just behind them, de Valliere, and there followed around the outside of the field, making up some ground. After the start, there would have been Red Virtue as they go along the side. Morning Minstrel going up towards the lead. Mr. Moe starting to improve, and he's back running about 8th when they settle. Behold, the Phantom led by a length, Morning Minstrel, and there followed by Bahrain on the inside. Further back, 4th is Ginger Moss. 2 further back, Red Virtue, followed by Romany de Valliere. Pulled to the outside as Tight Ruler. Further back in the field then, at the head of the others would have been Red Virtue. Mr. Moe warned. Well back in the field, top of the bay as they come up towards the home turn. Pulled out wide Sir Fawn, and last of all, back along the inside, Plus Shot. 650 to go. Morning Minstrel moved up to Behold the Phantom when they turn. On the outside is Bahrain out 3 deep. Behind them waiting for a run when they come into the home straight would have been Ginger Moss, and there followed further back by Warned. Mr. Moe back about 3rd last back in the field as they run down towards the 300 metre mark. Behold the Phantom about a neck in front of Morning Minstrel. Coming up them on the outside and coming home well as Ginger Moss, and further out coming up them quickly now is Plus Shot, and here's Mr. Moe. He's starting to wind up. Plus Shot has got to the front with 200 metres to go. Mr. Moe is starting to peg him back, but Plus Shot is the leader with about 100 metres to go. Getting clear here, Tim's Gambler. Tim's Gambler the leader, and they're the line, and Tim's Gambler's the winner. Tim's Gambler by a length to Mr. Moe. 2 or 3 further back is Ginger Moss. They're followed by de Valliere and then Warned. Back behind the field then at the head of the others, Behold the Phantom. They're followed further back by Sir Fawn. Plus Shot back in the field, back along the inside at the head of the others. Pulling up quickly is Tight Ruler, top of the bay. Morning Minstrel dropped down with Romany, and one of the last in is Warned, pulling up quickly after the line.
Tim's Gambler spec'd at good odds, 15s into 10s, taking out the second from Mr. Moe, the 2-1 favourite, Ginger Moss third at 12-1. In the Lachelle Hurdle, the third over 4,000 metres, the favourite here was Savant at 13-8.
At the second last of the 400, they've got him Savant, Menunda wide out, and Howdy Stranger have raced to him. Menunda's taken the lead on the outside from Howdy Stranger. They've beaten off Savant and then Powder Burn, but running down towards the last, and it's Menunda the leader. He comes towards it in front, jumped at about a length in front of Howdy Stranger, Savant, and then Powder Burn, but the South Australian Menunda has got clear with 200 metres to go, and he's drawing away, and Menunda's much too good for them. A pretty impressive win too, Menunda by 2.5. Second home is Howdy Stranger, 3 lengths third, Norfolk Tiger, then Powder Burn.
Yes, Menunda winning easily at 33s in the third from Howdy Stranger at 8s, Norfolk Tiger at 10-1, Savant the favourite unplaced at 13-8. In the Sandringham handicap, the 4th event over 2,000, the favourite here, I'm a Red Man at 3-1.
Lights on, racing now. Vertical over towards the inside has jumped away fairly well. Plaza led away quickly. Legendary Lad began fast around the outside. Dexterous wasn't served at Barrier Rise, dropped back to second last, and Dynamic Dancer last of all. Waiting going up fast to the 1,800 metre mark has gone to the front, and Waiting strode to the lead 2 lengths to Legendary Lad, and there followed further back by getting up along the inside, Peaceful Protest third. A length further back then Take My Hand is over on the inside of Plaza Lad. Mantina going around the outside with Solar Aspect. 2 to the favourite, I'm a Redman now midfield along the back, 2 to Vertical. They're followed by Sequest on the outside in to win the rail. A length and a half, Paris Tram from Dexterous, Cold Sweat and Dynamic Dancer. 1,350 metres to go, and the leader Waiting. Waiting led by 3/4, Legendary Lad. 2 lengths Peaceful Protest and next Solar Aspect 4th on the outside. They're 2 lengths in front now of Take My Hand, who's over along the rail. Further back in the field then came Sir Quest around the outside. I'm a Redman's poking up along the fence. Plaza Lad in that division from Mantina, followed by Vertical on the outside of In to Win. A length Paris Tram, Vertical back to second last with Dynamic Dancer, and Cold Sweat brought up the rear. At the 850 metre mark, and the leader Waiting being tackled by Legendary Lad. A length and a half further back, Peaceful Protest on the inside of Solar Aspect. They're a length and a half in advance now of moving up Sir Quest on the outside of Plaza Lad. Further back, Mantina, I'm a Redmond waiting for a run back on the fence from Vertical. Pulled out wide, Paris Tram and Dynamic Dancer. Dexterous back third last from Coal Sweat, and dropping right out of it, Take My Hand. On the turn, 650 out, Legendary Lad, and waiting together a length and a half, Peaceful Protest. I'm a Redmond's got a glorious run right up on the inside, is running home well. Then Sir Quest, and Dexterous is also poked up on the fence. Running down to the 300, the leader waiting. I'm a Redmond gets the split and tackles him quickly. Then getting out is Dexterous, but at the 200, and I'm a Redmond took the lead. Dexterous on the outside, coming after him. They draw away from Waiting and Sir Quest, but I'm a Redmond sprinted away. He's a length and a half in front of Dexterous, then Sir Quest, and further back is In to Win, but he's too good, I'm a Redmond. He's drawing clear, and it's I'm a Redmond by a length and a half to Dexterous. Half away third, Sir Quest, then In to Win from Mantina Vertical, then Waiting, further back Plaza Lad, Paris Tram. Back behind them then came Peaceful Protest, Legendary Lad, Coal Sweat, Dynamic Dancer, Solar Aspect, and tailed off in the field is Take My Hand.
First of a winning double for young apprentice Matthew Highland. I'm a Redman 3-1 in favourite. Dexterous 11-2 and Sue Quest at 8s. The Galantic handicap was race 5 over the straight 1200 metre course, and punters had all sorts of trouble here. In fact, it was 7-1 the field with the equal favourite Stock Avian and Zars Boris.
Tendon gets in with Bowlcraft, and they're racing this time. Blue Echo on the inside, slow away. Goodwood Lady began fast with My Good Fella and showing speed, lost start. Further out, Singing Wonder showing good pace, and wider out Prequillo with Bowlcraft. They'll go across to the flat side, down the grandstand side out here, and Stock Avian is in the lead with Zars Boris and Coronga Miss. Right down the outside is Accentuate with Maori Breeze. Lucinda Lace is going to come down the grandstand rail. With them behind them now, Yorick followed by Sejuna as they race down with about 850 metres to go. Over on the flat side, it's Blue Echo, Goodwood Lady, 2 in front of My Good Fella, Lost Start, followed by Singing Wonder. Further out, Prequillo. Come Tell is starting to run on. They've got away from Byfleet, Jackson Lee, Bowlcraft, Bell Bay, and Grievance back down to the grandstand rail, and it's Stock Avian over on the outside there, just in front of Accentuate, coming at it from Zars Boris, Lucinda Lace. Yorick is running on, then Sejuna, and further back in the field, Nick's away, and well back was Maui Breeze and Coronga Miss. Let's try and line them up. There's not much between the two brigades. Singing Wonder over on the flat side, being tackled by Come Tell, and down the grandstand rail comes Yorick. Come Tell, Singing Wonder, Yorick down the outside. Come Tell's put its head in front of Yorick, wide out. Come Tell, and Yorick flew at it. Come Tell or Yorick, they're wide apart opposite sides. Singing Wonder back on the inside, they're stretched across the track. Then further back, Bell Bay from Prequillo by Fleet, Lucinda Lay, Zars Boris. Then Maui Breeze, Stock Avian, Coronga Miss. Further back, Sejuna. Then Lost Start, Jackson Lee behind them from Blue Echo, Grievance. Then Niskaway, followed by Coronga Miss, Accentuate. And Bowlcraft is one of the last home.
Yes, it's after races like that race callers think there must be an easier way of earning a living. Yorick 25-1, Come Tell 12, Singing Wonder 12s, equal favourite Stock Avian and Zars Boris both unplaced at 7-1. In the Royal Handicap over 1100, Cindy Harbour, the straight track specialist, started the popular pick at 2-1.
Fight about to come on for the Royal Handicap, and they're racing now. Cindy Harbour wasn't best served at barrier wire. Seemed to squeeze there with Shifnell's Boy when they jumped away, but now he's mustering speed. Troy Deary down on the inside in front of Be Quick, Cindy Harbour behind them. Going up quickly further out, Sabre Sam. The rider seems to have lost the cap there. They're followed further out by Astelfina. Stainson going up towards the lead. He's the one without the cap. Stainson, Astelfina and Sabre Sam make a line of 3. Joining in on the outside, Lakeside Star. Longwood Ladder's just behind them. Sydney Harbour is back on the inside of Troy Deary. They're followed by Reception, A Gap to I'm Heaven and Shifnell's Boy last of all. Onto the course proper. All over on the one side, Stainson joined by Astelfina. Be Quick back on the rail. Sabre Sam further out. Cindy Harbour pulled to the centre of the track, about 4 lengths from them. And on the outside, Lakeside Star's running a big race. At the 250, Lakeside Star had moved up to Sabre Sam from Be Quick, Astelfina. Cindy Harbour giving them a big start, and Longwood Ladder starting to run home well, but Lakeside Star got to the front at the 200 metre mark from Sabre Sam. Longwood Lad on the outside trying to peg him back. It's still the leader, Lakeside Star. Longwood Lad and Sabre Sam trying hard, but Lakeside Star for the money scored 3/4 to Longwood Lad. A neck away third, Sabre Sam, then Troy Deary. Then further back on the inside is Be Quick, followed by Cindy Harbour, never going well after bumping at the start. Then Reception, Astelfina, I'm Heaven and Shifnell's Boy back at the rear.
The grey son of Raffendale, Lakeside Star, completing Matthew Highland's double at 13-2 from the 5-2 chance Longwood Lad with Sabre Sam at 9-1 third, and the favourite Cindy Harbour unplaced at 2s. The Eugene Gorman Provincial Plate was race 7, and once again a wide open betting affair, 5-1 each of 2, Queen's Lunch and Taj Royale.
They're racing now. Popper Street a bit slow away, and Bourne's Luck towards the outside. Bounty Hustler began fast with Regent Fair and going quickly now. Greek Note the grey towards the lead with Celerity Star. Queen's Lunch began well and further out Distant Voices. Regent Fair back on the inside of Duke Boy and Heroic Steel. Taj Royale is trapped very wide, about 4 deep. 2 to Cambese's, a half further back. Bounty Hustler, a length and a half. Sailing Orders. Then Fiery Winella and further back in the field Popper Street. The last two Melandi on the inside of Bourne's Luck. 11.50 out. And Celerity Star about a neck in front of Greek Note back on the rail. Taj Royale is caught out very wide, 3 deep, but going up towards the lead. Distant Voices back in the centre. One off the fence there is the favourite Queen's Lunch. Over on the inside, Regent Fair, a half Duke Boy from Cambese's. Further back, Heroic Steel from Bounty Hustler, followed by Sailing Orders, Fiery Winella, Bourne's Luck. Second last, Popper Street, Melandi brought up the rear. Running up towards the home turn, about 800 metres to go, and it's Greek Note on the inside being tackled by Celerity Star. Just behind them, Regent Fair's improved to get up on the inside. Queen's Lunch further out on the track. They're followed by Distant Voices. Taj Royale at about 6 deep when they turn for home. From Fiery Winella and further back, Cambese's trying to get a run, and Sailing Orders and Duke Boy are pulled out deep. In the straight, 400 metres to go. The leader is Greek Note, tackled quickly by Queen's Lunch. Then Regent Fair. Further back, Fiery Winella, Celerity Star, and back behind them, struggling. At the head of the others is Popper Street, but at the 300, Queen's Lunch moved up to Greek Note. Further out now, coming out after them is Fiery Winella. She's coming home hard, and it's Queen's Lunch in front with 100 to go, with Fiery Winella picking her back with every stride. She's grabbed the lead. Fiery Winella kicking again. Queen's Lunch. Fiery Winella, Queen's Lunch. Fiery Winella, a nose, I reckon, to Queen's Lunch. 2 lengths away. Third may have been Greek Note coming again, just to tip out Regent Fair. Then a gap in the field further back to Sailing Orders, Popper Street. Then Melandi. Back behind them, then Bourne's Luck. Heroic Steel further back, Bounty Hustler, Celerity Star. Then came Distant Voices, Cambese's, Duke Boy, and Taj Royale.
One of our best bets from 7 National News on Friday night, Fiery Winella, got from 9 to 2 out to the incredible odds of 10 to 1, but still too good for the 5 to 1 equal favourite Queen's Lunch. Greek Note 10s and Taj Royale unplaced equal at 5s. In the last, the Cornwall handicap, Lagana the favourite at 3 to 1.
The light is on. They're racing now. Lagana missed it about a half length. Frank Pledge stood there and missed it about 2 lengths. Soldier Sweek has begun only fairly. He's racing wide and going out quickly around the outside. Polar Mola led. Moving up on the outside now, second when they settle down is Claudson. They're followed by Affected, and then Soldier Sweet going around the outside of Straight Approval. Further back in the field, then Playful Monarch, followed by Emma Green. 2 lengths further back, then Royal Breed. Around them goes Cassins, out 3 wide, then Prince Remo, a length and a half, Lagana. Then Ikea, 2 lengths further back in the field, Dusty Springs, and Frank Pledge the Grey last of all. At the 1400 metre mark now, and it's Claudson moving up on the outside of Polar Mola, 2 in front of Soldier Sweek, and 3 to Affected, a half Straight Approval, a length and a half, Playful Monarch. Prince Remo 3 deep, a length, Emma Green from on the outside of it, Cassins. 2 to Raw Breed, a half, then to Lagana, 2 further back, Ikea. 2 then to Dusty Springs, and 3 to Frank Pledge, who brought up the rear at the 1000 metre mark. And it's Polar Mola on the inside, about a neck in front of Claudson. 2 to Soldier Sweek, 2.5 further back, Straight Approval, and Prince Remo. They're followed by Playful Monarch, Cassins, back behind them, Emma Green. Lagana about 6 lengths from them on the outside of Raw Breed. Then Ikea, 2 to Dusty Springs, and 2 last of all to Frank Pledge at the 850 metre mark. Claudson went up on the outside of Polar Mola, Prince Remo further out off the track. Behind them is Soldier Sweek, and they're followed by Cassins around the outside of Straight Approval. Affected was struggling. Lagana pulled around Playful Monarch, and further back Ikea pulled out wide. Emma Green shuffled back to second last when they turned for home. Back there with Dusty Springs, and pulled to the extreme outside as Frank Pledge. Into the straight now, 450 out. Straight Approval got a run through. Tackled quickly by Prince Remo. Affected now getting up on the fence, and then further back Polar Mola from Cassins. Then Ikea further out. Lagana pulled out late, 250 to go. Affected on the inside with Straight Approval, and here's Lagana down the outside, ducking him, followed by Ikea. It's Affected 100 out just in front. Lagana starting to wear it down on the outside, is pegging it back quickly now. Lagana's grabbed the lead from Affected and Ikea, and Lagana and Harry White draw away to win the last by a length and a half. Ikea second, ahead away third on the inside Affected. Then further back, Dusty Springs, followed by Royal Breed, Frank Pledge. Straight Approval, Playful Monarch, Cassins, Emma Green, Prince Remo. Back behind them, Polar Mola, Soldier Sweek, and last of all is Claudson.
Well, that ride had the Harry White stamp of class all over it. Lagana 3's favourite, Ikea 12's, and Affected 16 to 1. And look at the doubles now. The extra doubles, 6 and 1, $40.50. Daily doubles, 16 and 1, $112.65. And the quaddie on 1, 3, 5 and 1, $635.85. In Sydney, the extra 3 and 8, $25.55. Daily double 8 and 6, $5.55. The Adelaide extra 8 and 1, $6.85. And the daily double 8 and 1, $56.95. The Brisbane double, a big day there. And Handy Proverb taking out the Derby. Daybreak Love of the Elders, 2 and 2, $7.60. Provincial racing at Mornington, the extra a pair of fours, $44.35. Daily double 4 and 1, $11.65. And the quaddie on 4, 4, 1 and 4, $1,551.30. And that was World of Sport Replay's look at racing yesterday at Flemington. Back to take a look at the greyhound racing highlights from this week after the break. Look at